top 8 going into the WAC tournament, and they're going to come here with a point to prove that they can compete, and they should and deserve to be in that WAC tournament. So they're going to do everything they can to make it difficult for a UVU win. And the Wolverines, this is almost a must-win with 3 really difficult matches on the road. These 3 points are pretty critical with them keeping that second position to then have a fight for the first against Air Force, final match of the season.
Whistle is blown and will be a free kick for San Jose State in a very dangerous spot. And the Spartans looking to make their mark.
Dangerous indeed. Set pieces are always, something that you got to be careful for. It's going to be an in-swing ball, looks like. Left foot. It's going to test Joseph Wheelwright to where any type of flick, that's going to be on frame, and big opportunity and big test here for the Wolverines.
Curler sent it toward that outside post. This one headed away nicely by Utah Valley. Moss slips down in the footing. Utah Valley still hasn't cleared that fully. Now Johnson has it for the Wolverines. Now Frischknecht. He has Zach Moss streaking to his left, and he decides to come all the way that way. Flag stayed down for Moss, and this one deflected now into the possession of the Spartans. Max Allen, good composure. And you can hear head coach Simon Tobin for San Jose State telling his team to keep that ball moving. He doesn't want that ball to ever slow down or stop. And so far, San Jose State has done an excellent job doing that.
That's when they're at their best. It's when they move the ball too quickly for you to adjust, get in the right position defensively, and find those moments to where they can break you down.
Here comes Utah Valley. Felix on the edge of the box. Felix with the left boot, and he makes a diving attempt out of Cluis. And Cluis is just able to keep that in, and he'll have a goal kick. Didn't come off the boot the best, and I'm sure Felix would want another look at that one. He had it on his left boot, which he wanted it, just couldn't get quite the right shot off.
Yeah, exactly. As that ball came into Blake in the round, they find Alec at the top of the box.
And right on the other side.
Yeah.
San Jose State testing Wheelwright again.
But didn't connect, like you said, with that left foot, cutting it back onto it. Really didn't hit it right, not enough pace to test the goalkeeper for San Jose State.
We've seen some waterworks from the family and friends. Senior night. Now on the pitch looking for some fireworks. Still scoreless here in Orem. 25th minute between Utah Valley and San Jose State. Brandon Crow alongside Thomas Loomis. Thank you for joining us and for letting our fantastic crew behind the scenes help provide this game for you here on the WAC Sports Digital Network. San Jose State in a must-win situation. Utah Valley as well. The last home game for the Wolverines of this 2018 campaign before the final 3 on the road, including final game of the year in Colorado, Air Force. That one tapped out of play. Will be a throw-in for the Spartans.
Good tackle there by Mark Brown, but before that, needless giveaway by Alec Felix. I would have liked him to play quicker and find this left side. He had a lot of space to swing it over to this side and just took too long on the ball trying to decide where he needed to go with it. San Jose State wins it in their half, and now finally UVU ball, but another opportunity where they're passing the ball around in your half, and it's not what you want as a Wolverine player.
It does look like that substitution that you were talking about earlier, the player who usually starts, who will be coming in against his former club, is Garza. And Garza will come in.
I'm not sure if I said it wrong in the beginning, or it's Vargas, not Garza. Vargas was at San Jose State. Garza is the transfer from Florida, and but yeah, we'll see how the difference he makes. But it'll be interesting if we see Vargas come into this game against his former club.
I thought you did say Vargas.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember at this point. I always mix those two up, Garza and Vargas. But
well, you played with him. You have the right to. Nevertheless, it is fresh legs for Utah Valley. Fresh legs and a fresh perspective. And the new sub will be tested very early. Longmire doing well to win that position back for Utah Valley. Flag stays up. Whistle is called, and it will be free kick in favor of Utah Valley. And Wheelwright will tee it up as he awaits his teammates to get into position. 27th minute, still no score. Both teams have had ample opportunities. 2 shots, 2 direct shots on goal. And Wheelwright's ball, a high boomer, headed off of Frischnecht. Buxton couldn't get there. Now Leonetti with the boot to find Zach Moss. Beautiful flick on for Buxton. Back to Leonetti. Leonetti sends this one in towards the box, looking for Frischnecht. Headed away by San Jose State. Carter Johnson corrals it. Felix back to Johnson. And dispossessed, Zavala. Now on the near side, Spartans have it in the center logo. Spartans have some numbers. Now the flurry of white shirts come back. This one kicked on the near side. Now is Lemus. Lemus using that speed. And kicked out of play by Brown. Brown clapping his hands, thought he won that one, but it will be a Spartan throw-in. They elect to take it quickly. Good ball movement, whistle, and it'll be a free kick, and I'm sure a first yellow card. It does look like that's going to Longmire. So Longmire will get booked in the 28th minute. And another dangerous opportunity, looking to test Wheelwright and company.
Nicely timed tackle by Mark Brown, but a quick throw-in. They get him behind Wolverines again, forcing Ahmed Longmire, the center back position, to slide over, and they're late making the tackle. Another great drawn set piece here for the Spartans. Left-footed boot. It's going to be dangerous hit with pace at Wheelwright and those oncoming runners right on top of the 6. Scary moment here for the Wolverines.
Last time Wheelwright had a ball come towards him, he didn't catch it cleanly. It bounced off his chest. It wasn't scooped into the back of the net by the Vulture Spartans. But this one, swinging towards that outside post and nobody there.
Good look there. You hear the coaches scream that the runs were way too near post. Not someone on that back post. Usually, as a team, you want to have a little bit of balance to your runs. A couple or one going near, one in the middle, and one on the far. That way, wherever that ball comes in, whether it's deflected or just placed there, that someone's there in that position to challenge for it. So, unfortunate and not to do better on that opportunity for the Spartans.
Lemus and Garza fighting for it. Spartans come away. Now Rios for San Jose State. Rios. Excuse me, that was Dukes. Buxton and Frischnecht. Frischnecht on Dukes. Now Rios. They like to go far side. 29th minute, just about at that half-hour mark of the match. A little bit delayed, had 2 stoppage times for injuries to a couple Spartans. First one, Eduardo Miranda. We haven't seen him make any effort to come back on the pitch. He is on the floor. Looks like he is still icing up that right leg of his. Not sure if he'll come back in. Lemus, the other injured Spartan, got treatment, came back on the pitch. And right after he got back on the pitch, he helped orchestrate the best look so far for the Spartan club. Now, Spartans chasing down that end line. It'll be a throw-in for Utah Valley. And another substitution or 2 being made to come in for Utah Valley, Vargas. His ears were burning. He heard us talking about him. So it looks like Vargas and Zaire Vasquez will be the two to come on for the white and green.
We talked about it. Vargas, former San Jose State player. It'll be interesting to see his energy and the difference that he might make in this match coming on with 15 minutes left in the half. Wolverines 7-0 when they score early. So they're going to look to push to try and find a goal this half, and they need it. They need that type of momentum going in the second half. They're more confident. They feel better on the ball. And I think it helps them with their composure, especially on the ball. We have not seen really good possession from them this half so far. San Jose State definitely has had more of that possession. So hopefully these subs can make a difference for that lack of possession and have a different look against this back line with 15 minutes left in the half.
Vargas and Vasquez step onto the pitch. Frischneck takes a break along with Zach Moss. Interesting, maybe Greg Moss sees something tactically where he's going to try and go with a little bit smaller, more speedy lineup instead of the bigger, more physical play of Frischneck, leaving that up to Buxton as this one is kicked out of play.
Well, something that I wanted to mention too is interesting is that Austin Buxton started on this left side, and he and Zach Moss switched at one point in the half, mixing things up to go at different outside backs. He's now back on this left side, and Zaire Vasquez has gone to that right side, but they're just trying to find any way that they can mix this up and go at this back line to throw them off a little bit and give them different looks and opportunities going forward. So again, these subs, different look, fresh legs. Wolverines need to string some passes together, the rest of this half if they want any opportunities and shots on frame. The more they let San Jose State in this game, the more confidence that San Jose State is going to have. I think it'll make it even more difficult the more that the Wolverines don't have chances on frame.
Utah Valley inside and a goal! One of the fresh legs on the pitch, Zaire Vasquez, puts Utah Valley up 1-0.
I was just saying it. It's exactly what the Wolverines needed going into half. With less than 14 minutes left in the half now, it finds Luis Vargas' feet against his former club. He has some nice craftiness, which you absolutely know he has and is capable of. He goes to fake it on his right foot for that cross, then toe pokes it with his left, throwing them off right back to Zaire where he passed it to. Zaire, perfect touch on his right foot, finishes into that backside netting. Great composure, great sub, right on cue, perfectly drawn up. Greg Moss couldn't have wanted anything more.
Zaire Vasquez, to his former club, has a message saying, "This is Sparta." Beautiful blast into the back of the net, puts Utah Valley up 1-0. Carter Johnson and company looking like they have a little bit more up their sleeve. And Johnson a little bit frustrated. Thought he got around that defender cleanly. Zavala falls over, and it'll be a free kick for the Spartans.
I talked to Zaire Vasquez's older brother, Gio, former teammate, and said that he'd be at the game tonight. So no doubt he's absolutely stoked and excited for his brother as a freshman, his second goal in the season. That just brings you a lot of love and enjoyment as a sibling as you see them continue with, what you were doing and having success at it as well. So shout out to him and him being absolutely stoked for his brother, I'm sure, in this moment.
Here's another run up. Here's another shot. This one goes right into the claws of Cluis. And we know that scoring and goals are contagious. and they are most definitely fun. And coming out of that Thursday night victory against Seattle U, you've heard several of these Utah Valley team players, say that they are playing, quote-unquote, the best footy of the season so far.
Yeah, they struggled on, early on with a few losses preseason. We're still trying to figure out how to play together as a team. A lot of underclassmen, 14 freshmen on the team this year. So they're still trying to figure out who's going to step up, who's going to be those players to score goals, what that starting lineup's going to look like. And I think finally Greg Moss, about halfway into the season, has solidified that. You've seen, the majority of those 10, 11 guys that are the same starters every single match. And the freshmen that are ready to step in, play right away. A couple transfers that have, figured out how UVU plays. And like you said, putting together the best footy possible that they can, which, when they're at their best, they're moving the ball quick. They're having a lot of fun, being crafty and exciting on the ball, and finding those runs to where they, like Luis Vargas right there, fakes it on his right, pokes it with his left, right to Zaire. It's that type of stuff that you love out of your teammates, that they can connect there and figure out ways to score against competitive squads.
A little bit more moxie now from the white and green. Now that they have that 1-goal advantage. 36 minutes still, a lot of soccer left to be played. About 10 minutes left in this first half. Lemus. Now the Spartans just past midfield. Goal scorer pokes it away. And it looks like Leo Fuchs is about to set the check into the game for the first time.
Yeah, I anticipate him coming on for Austin Buxton. Little relief up top of that number 9 position. Fresh legs with 10 minutes left in the half. Again, Greg Moss is going to push and see if he can test this back line a little bit more with fresh legs and try to put another one away before the half.
Leo Fuchs checks into the game officially now for Austin Buxton. Buxton will step off the pitch.
I think this is a deserving moment to talk about Austin Buxton, captain and senior, 5th-year senior. He's been here since the program started in 2014, has been absolutely integral and a huge part of the success here for UVU, and an absolute inspiration, and almost thought that was going to sneak past the goalkeeper there
as well.
Would have been terrible own goal. But back to Buxton. Was diagnosed with cancer.
Felix dances around, shreds a couple defenders. Now Brown comes into the rescue. Ball trickles back into the feet of San Jose State, though. This one kicked upfield. Bodies go down. Longmire jumps up and down, thought that was clean. He's got to be careful with that yellow card in pocket, not to show too much emotion to try and show up the official. But Tolentino Perry was the victim of the foul, the give way to that free kick. 38th minute. Spartans trying to find an equalizer.
I think Ahmed Longmire was thinking that he's already fallen off balance and shouldn't have been a call, but he had his hands on his back. You saw his both hands were there. When the ref sees that, he's going to call it 90% of the time.
Automatic.
It's almost going to be automatic when he sees the 2 hands on the back. Real quick, back to Austin Buxton, though. Just a player that has dealt with so much and an absolute inspiration. Diagnosed with cancer, goes through chemo, has to sit out a season, and then comes back and is able to play the next season. You're just so happy for him and his family, and to see that he's come so far and is a captain and still playing at a massive, massive level and contributing, being just a huge player and part of this program and its history. So, excited for him on senior night.
And he is one of those players that not just on the pitch, but off the pitch as well is a leader, and he will continue to be one of those guys that the teammates will look up to for a very, very long time. San Jose State sneaks past Utah Valley. Misplaced ball by the Spartans gives way to Carter Johnson and Utah Valley. Now on the near side, Garza. Garza for the Wolverines. Up to Johnson. Johnson back out on the side to Brown. Brown back inside the box. Vasquez. And toe poked away by the Spartans. Good slide tackle to stop the momentum and get a throw in.
Another good thought there by Zaire Vasquez. He's able to check in as Mark Brown cuts that ball back to him and then looked to flick it to Luis Garza, but good read there by the Spartans.
Garza got a little too happy. He saw a bit of space and thought he could put that one through. Came off his boot a little bit too strong.
Yeah, a definite ambitious shot from about 40 out.
He has the leg.
He does. I mean, if he connects right, he can definitely put that on frame and test him. But at least there for Cluis, none doing.
40th minute here in Orem, Utah. Utah Valley on top. Thanks to the Zaire Vasquez goal in the 33rd minute. Just about 3 minutes until he came on the pitch for the first time as a substitution, making head coach Greg Moss look like a genius. That ball booted way up into the sky. Comes all the way down. Rios heads it back to Cluis. Cluis now to Dukes. Dukes running out of room. Kicks it up to Lemus. Lemus back to Dukes as you see head coach Simon Tobin kind of scratching his head. A little bit of frustration with his hands in his pockets. His team had the upper hand until that goal, and now he's been kind of handcuffed for the last 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, I saw the exact same thing. You can see the frustration as he believes his team, and you could, honestly say that they've had the better of the ball, had more possession, and so probably have had a couple more opportunities than UVU, but they capitalized.
Ball inside the box, dangerous. Wheelwright with the save. Wheelwright coming up clutch like he always does. Sitting in his ground near post. And it'll be a corner kick.
Yeah, we watched there. I think it falls closely on a 50-50 tackle. Chroma has got to just get that out. He can't try to stay composed and maybe kick it out for a throw, and he's just got to get that out as much as possible.
There's the in-swinger, a missed kick out by Utah Valley, but luckily Johnson was there to the boot out.
Here's the replay here. You see Chroma takes that touch. Instead of just clearing it, falls right to the San Jose State player. Not a great angle, a tough one definitely to try to put that back across frame. Wants to hit that back post. Hits it with pace.
Here's San Jose State. Flag is up, however.
But a really, really good save there by Joseph Wheelwright. Another good opportunity, not far off if that left wing for San Jose State can bring that down a little better. Again, another opportunity for them before the half.
43rd minute. Utah Valley clinging to that 1-goal lead, at least for another couple minutes before the break. San Jose State trying to find that equalizer. Brown. Felix Brown. Now Garza. Good ball movement by Utah Valley. Solid ball movement by Utah Valley, trying to get that give and go. That is on. Flag stays down. Utah Valley in the box, looking for goal number 2. Top of the box. And toe poked away.
Great knockdown by Leo Fuchs. Falls right into him. Good left-footed ball for Mark Brown. Lays it off to Garza. Leo Fuchs is then flicked in behind and cuts it back on his right foot to find Garza top of the 18. Great tackle by a San Jose State defender. Garza looks to cut it on his left, but is read nicely by the defense and slid away.
San Jose State now halfway through the 44th minute, trying to find something before this first half expires. Johnson, good speed, gets tangled up, however, out of play. Max Allen coming in from the other side of the field to try and cut Johnson off, and he does that to success. Now the Spartans turning up their juices. Last minute of the first half. Zavala being pressured. And Johnson boots this one straight over here towards the tent in the media table. Clock continues to tick. I would have had that one. If this tent wasn't here, I would have been able to have that one.
I believe it. I believe it.
Rios. Lemus. Can he get to it in time? He corrals it before it gets out. Still stays in bounds. Cuts around a defender. Lemos dangerous. San Jose State's inside the box. And they get flicked down. Will be a corner kick. Less than 15 seconds to take the corner. San Jose State sprints towards the spot. They kick this one in. Boot it up in the air. And Brown will kick this out of play. And that's how the first half will end. So a little bit of drama in the final minutes there as the buildup continues. But Utah Valley will go into the break with that 1-goal lead, courtesy of substitution Zaire Vasquez against his former team in the 33rd.
Well, yeah, you know, San Jose State definitely probably going in this half a little frustrated. I think that they've had a little bit more possession and better of the ball. But UVU doing what they've done and capitalize on the moments that have been created. Coach is freaking out and having a discussion right now with the center referee, just giving a yellow card as we've been speaking.
Head coach Simon Tobin for San Jose State. As soon as that first half was expired, he sternly walked all the way across the pitch and went straight over towards all the officials and had some words and was quickly shown a yellow card by head referee Will Nichols. So we will let that simmer. We'll marinate on what just happened. Utah Valley again with that 1-0 lead at the break. And we'll be right back with a little bit more analysis and second half kickoff right after this.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But saving some of that money would be pretty cool too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
Nice.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become? It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you at UVU. Place to engage, to rise, to succeed.
To become.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting,
to theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage,
To rise.
To succeed.
to become.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning business
And STEM.
To performing arts programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
That's it! Utah Valley in penalty kicks is your 2017 Western Athletic Conference Women's Soccer Tournament champs.
In the end, we knew this is where we wanted to be. This was the goal, and we knew as soon as we got here, we'd come through.
It was amazing. You know, I've been working for this for 4 years now.
Champion from Seattle University, Lila Rice.
It's a good day.
Welcome back to Clyde Field in Orem, Utah, on the campus of Utah Valley University. Brandon Crow alongside Thomas Lewis. Utah Valley on top 1-0 thanks to a Zaire Vasquez goal in the 33rd minute. They want to clear up a little bit of confusion that we have between us. For those of you keeping score at home, Zaire Vasquez it might have been made known that he could have been a former player for San Jose State. That was indeed Luis Vargas. So Vargas was credited, I believe he was credited with that assist, if I'm not mistaken. He was. So Vargas was the assister on that goal to Zaire Vasquez. Zaire Vasquez, again, in the 33rd minute. A lot of late drama in the WAC right now coming out of the Pacific Northwest. Seattle U had a penalty to tie things up with Air Force in about the 82nd, 83rd minute, and then drama even further with just a minute and a half left to play in regulation. Seattle U loses to Air Force as Air Force scores a game-winning goal, 2-1. That game had huge implications for this game, because if Air Force were to tie or to drop that game, then Utah Valley, if they prevail and be the victors in this game, would have taken that top spot. But that's why they play the game, right, Thomas?
Yeah, exactly right. So the Wolverines were hoping that Seattle would come up with, some type of score or get a point on the board there to throw things off and put UVU in a good position. But that is exactly why Air Force is ranked number 15 in the country and number 1 in conference play. So it'll be interesting how the next few games play out, and especially that final match, UVU versus Air Force, last game of the season.
Well, in order to get to that last game, Utah Valley has to get through this game and a couple others as well. And right now, they are doing well with that 1-goal lead, but the Spartans coming out of the gate in this second half have had a lot of pressure applied on this back defense of Utah Valley. A good through ball. Flag is up, however, on the far side.
Again, San Jose State coaches upset with the call. The assistant seemed to have a pretty good angle on it, and wants another talking to the fourth referee here on the sideline. UVU lucky that was called offsides, because they had two players with a ton of space there. Way too much room to receive that, and dangerous for the Wolverines.
And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, the conversations that we were able to hear just briefly interspersed at the end of that first half, I do believe that San Jose State was, in fact, a little upset off of that Utah Valley goal. They thought that Vasquez was indeed, that Vargas was indeed offsides.
Yeah, I think you're right.
There's an attempted bicycle kick. Great form, just wide of the goal, however.
Yeah, didn't quite connect or hit that as straight as he wanted to. There's that sells out wide for a goal kick. But, yeah, just as you mentioned, I think as we heard the things that were said between the referees and the San Jose State coach, that he was upset with the goal that UVU was given. That from his angle or his opinion, he wanted an offsides call, and says that the refs gave UVU a goal there at the end on Zaire Vasquez. That pass back from Luis Vargas to Vasquez, that Vasquez was offsides on that pass for then the shot afterward. From the angle that we saw, definitely very close. From our angle and the camera angle, you can't tell at all whether he's offsides or whether he's even or on. So, but definitely very close.
What's done is done. What's in the past is in the past, and that's the mentality that head coach Simon Tobin is trying to imply and infer upon his team, and that they have to worry about the remaining minutes of this match and not worry about what happened in that first half. It's a new half, trying to attack this and at least get one more goal to equalize, if not another goal to put Utah Valley down. And Utah Valley on the other side trying to add to that goal. And the stat that you love and you have brought up multiple times, Utah Valley 7-0. And here's Austin Buxton. Austin Buxton gets behind the defense here. Austin Buxton lays it off. There's a chip inside to the goal, headed in to the side of the post. That was a great look, great opportunity from our vantage point. It did look like that was going to beat Clueless, the keeper, inside to the net there, but just went to his left.
Huge opportunity there by UVU. You saw good pressure as they step up in the San Jose State half. It then is given to Sam Cromenhook. Great layoff to Alec Felix.
San Jose State working in on their own. San Jose State, nice turn. Penetrate toward the top of the box now for Utah Valley. Flick, this one deflected back. And they're going to try and connect with Zach Moss on the far left-hand side.
Yeah, they need to do a better job there of finding Buxton, and back to Buxton after Alec Felix gets that ball. He plays Austin Buxton. He turns on the pace that he has there, is able to split the defense, gets slid. You would have thought that he probably would have fallen, and he probably should have to maybe draw that PK. Stays on his feet nonetheless, then has an opportunity to lay it off to to have a cross. Luis Vargas goes for the header, and just wide. You thought that from this angle that was going to go side netting.
It's a free kick for Utah Valley. And we'll see who takes it. Leonetti is the lone Wolverine back. And I do believe it will be Leonetti. No, he gives way for Zach Moss. Zach Moss, who we saw give the beautiful assist, just as you diagrammed it on Thursday. Put a dime on the 6 to Frischknecht, who Frischknecht promptly put it in the back of the net. And we'll see what Zach Moss and company dial up here in the 52nd minute for Utah Valley.
If he can hit a similar ball on the top of the 6, back post, you see the keeper creeping, ready to come out and make a save.
There's the ball, sent this one in towards the post and didn't quite curl as much as he would like, and it took off into the jet stream and continued out of play.
Yeah, a little too much on that one for Zach Moss. He's got to put it in the mix to give his teammates a chance to go up and challenge the goalkeeper for it. Because you saw him right on his toes as he slips here. Fortunate enough to then find his outside back. A little nervous moment there for the Spartans.
Spartans galloping towards Utah Valley now. Blue and yellow still in possession. And a mistimed ball goes all the way to Joseph Wheelwright. And Wheelwright will reset for Utah Valley. Very disappointed Max Allen at the center logo in midfield. He was trying to diagram it in his mind. You can see his hand gestures, and he thought his teammates were going one way. And he would like to have that opportunity back. Wheelwright with the big boot. And there's a nice header by Buxton. Calm and composed. San Jose State wants a handball, none given. And there's Rios. Rios with a fast-paced ball on the outside. Brown there. And Longmire. And that will be a corner kick for San Jose State. Much to Utah Valley's chagrin, they highly disapprove. But a dangerous opportunity to get right back in this game for San Jose State.
Luis Vargas needed to have done better there. It falls and they want a handball, but they're able to get out and play the ball up the sideline.
In swinger, ball on the floor. This one kicked. Another one that goes across the face of goal. Wheelwright bends over slightly for a second, puts his hands on his knees, and gives a sigh of thanks.
Yeah, exactly right. Ahmed Longmire looking to shield that ball out of bounds. Got the corner though, must have gone off his foot. The ref called it. Gave them a dangerous opportunity and one of the better opportunities for the Spartans thus far in the game. That corner falls to their feet. You know, doesn't really connect as much as he wants to maybe curl that with his left foot, but flicks it with his left foot. And scary angle from the camera there is that almost goes in the back post. Joseph Wheelwright, as you said, takes a breath of relief.
Good ball movement by the Spartans. And dispossessed Zaire Vasquez, the goal scorer. And then Allen comes in to quickly cut it off. Allen back to Rios. Rios being pestered. Utah Valley applying high pressure. Almost got away with it, but now swinging on the other side for a counter opportunity are the Spartans. And they like to pull back the reins. Have a little bit more patience with the ball. Rios gets a pass at diving Vasquez. And here come the Spartans. Nice through ball. Flag stays down. Ball played inside the box. Here's the best opportunity so far. And there are the Spartans equalizing goal. Tolentino Perry with the equalizer. And he gets mobbed by his teammates. A beautiful run up, and he finished.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful possession and goal there by the Spartans. Vasquez gets caught as he slides to try and win that ball. Doesn't get anything on it. They're able to turn and run at UVU's defense. Left wing by the Spartans is making that run. Talentino screaming for that ball. Great split in between left back Leonetti and Cromenhook. They get split. Falls right to his feet. Cuts it. And a great finish into the back post. Not much that Joseph Wheelwright could do right there as he guesses near post, but is finished in the far post. Great tying goal there by the Spartans.
Utah Valley now with a free kick opportunity. Temper starting to flare. And referee Will Nichols comes in to pacify the situation. Utah Valley trying to retake that lead. 57th minute, in-swinging ball towards the box, slips off the keeper's hands. Here's the header inside, and the referee waves his hands and the whistle and calls it off.
He's calling a foul on the Wolverines, but he doesn't even have it. He doesn't have control of the ball, and it goes through his hands. Referee decides to call a foul. Unbelievable call here by the referee. To where, yeah, there's some contact, but he never had possession of the ball.
Cluis a little bit slow to get up after that collision.
We'll watch the replay here. Zach Moss hits it in. Keeper comes out, goes to catch it, and then gets hit. Yeah, there's been a moment to where, you know, he doesn't catch it, and they want to protect the goalkeepers, but Ahmed Longmire then goes to head it in. Unfortunate call there by the referee in UVU's opinion. So, interesting turn of events there. UVU wants a goal. San Jose State relieved that that was called for a foul.
Both teams' tensions are continuing to escalate. We saw with the supposed offsides call in the eyes of San Jose State, and now with this phantom foul call supposedly in the eyes of Utah Valley. Both teams very, very emotional at the moment. Lots of intensity being played on the pitch. San Jose State with a newfound confidence after that goal, and Utah Valley loses a penalty. And right on cue, you can see the emotions starting to flare, bodies colliding with each other, chests being puffed out.
I was just going to say, you watched as this got extremely physical. Ref points to the spot, calling a PK that Cromenhook came and slid and must have taken out the San Jose State player.
What a crazy turn of events here in Clyde Field in Orem, Utah.
I'm mistaken. He's not going to call the PK. Just outside the box there is where he's calling the foul. Nonetheless, dangerous set piece here for the Spartans.
Just outside the box. An opportunity for the Spartans to take the lead. Here's the kick sent in, headed up in the air, and out of play off the wall. I believe that was Leonetti who got his head on it. And it'll be a corner kick. So the Wolverines stay.
Watch as the ball's played here. Cromenhook, I mean, from this angle, he's there first and gets the ball. I mean, I think he definitely gets some of the Spartan and takes him out. But, again, interesting call there by the referee when he's got the angle from behind.
That corner kick, outswinger, did not curl like the Spartans had expected it to. Gives way for a Utah Valley throw-in. Buxton trying to get there, cannot. Now Utah Valley. Brown. Felix. Serna. Cromanhook. Cromanhook kicks the ball up. Flag stays down. Cluis all the way outside of his box. Utah Valley still with possession. Longmire, missed touch. And that ball goes deep into the stands. It'll be a throw-in for Utah Valley.
Yeah, good job there by Cluis to come out and get that. You were nervous as that skipped that it might have gone over his head. He gets just enough hops to be able to get that out of his box and out of pressure. You love the energy that has now entered this match, though.
It was lacking in the first half.
It really was. It really was from both sides. And this has turned into a competitive game. And no doubt the next 30 minutes are going to be absolutely intense.
Zach Moss. I think both teams, especially Utah Valley, they knew how close they were. They heard and were keeping tabs on that Seattle score. And I think they're a little bit more fired up now. And then, of course, the events that have played out on the pitch add fuel to that fire.
Yeah, I think all the above. The coaches knew at halftime they were watching that game with Seattle Air Force, hoping for a result by Seattle. When it didn't come, they knew, hey, again, must win. We got to have some points going into the end of the season with a tough road schedule ahead. So, and as the physical play and goal has developed, it's just turning into a fun and competitive match here.
Be a throw-in for San Jose State. '62nd minute. The energy at the moment seems to take a quick break. The drums beat in the distance for Utah Valley. Their 12th men. Again, not as full force as normal due to that fall break, but those that are still here are loud and vocal, doing their job. This ball gets by Brown. Now San Jose State with another run. More physicality from Brown, fighting off with defenders. Another corner kick for San Jose State.
They've answered well this half, and you can tell the energy's risen since their goal. Good opportunity, good look here for a left-footed in-swinging ball. They have that short option, but I believe they're going to hit it into the mix.
Here comes the in-swinger, and a big header away. It looks like, I believe that was that Buxton? That was Buxton who headed that away, and he now has possession of the ball for Utah Valley. Buxton, the big size that he is, all 6'3", 180 of him. Underrated skill set is his ability to elevate.
Oh yeah, completely. Just a different, aspect and part of his game that you don't see too often, but the kid is just definitely an athlete. Speedy player, tall, lengthy, crafty on the ball.
Utah Valley now with the clever build-up. Here's Leonetti. Leonetti with acres of space. Sent this one towards the box, bouncing around off of a couple of Spartans. Utah Valley wants a handball. Cromanhook with the header. Leonetti coming in from behind to dispossess. Trying to play that nutmeg through ball to Buxton, and Rios was there to stifle. And this one will be played all the way back to Wheelwright. And Wheelwright with the big boot, trying to find Buxton, but Buxton comes back onside. I believe he was a shade off.
Great anticipation, great tackle there by the San Jose State defense. Luis Vargas has got to do better. Austin Buxton is in if he can connect that through ball in behind him. He tries to toe poke that, and defender does a great job of reading it and get his foot on it. but Luis Vargas, he's got to either put a little chip on that or hit it a little bit wider, and Austin Buxton's in on frame.
Zaire Vasquez calling for it on the far side. Zaire Vasquez chests it down. Zaire Vasquez! This one falls just shy of his feet and goes right into Cluis's hands. Quickly gets it back out on his side.
Those long balls come in are difficult, and especially with the defender on you, you want to try and have some type of control as he tries to chest that down. But with the pace it's coming in at, chests it, and keeper Cluis does a great job of anticipating, coming out and receiving that.
Missed time ball. Offsides. Flag is up on the far side. And it does look like we're going to get Frischneck back into the game for Utah Valley, along with Caleb White, and also the new pair of legs for the Spartans. Danny Sanchez will check into the game at the next opportune moment. 66th minute, we have passed the hour mark in the match. About 25 minutes of regulation.
A little interesting how Blake Frischneck didn't start the second half, and how we haven't seen, him. Zaire Vasquez, maybe Greg saw, the momentum that he had with that goal and wanted, and maybe saw a little more from him. But your leading goal scorer, Blake Frischneck, this is his moment to step up, come up big for his team, create some chances, and try and find a game-winning goal with 25 minutes here, 30 minutes left in the game.
Brown will step off and give way for White. Frischneck again scoring his 5th goal of the season, team leading on Thursday, and he gets ahead on it. And that Spartan defense, after that 1-goal lead, has really flexed their muscles and puffed out their chest at any opportunity Utah Valley has thrown their way. And more bodies go down. Referee's whistles continues to blow on the far side. Free kick for Utah Valley. Zavala amongst the crowd, and we saw him get into it in a verbal back and forth with Mark Brown earlier in the first half.
Yeah, throws a couple shoulders there. Like we said, competitive, exciting match. Energy's high, and I don't see it going away. It's going to get more and more physical and competitive as the minutes run down.
Oh, that was a nice flick by Buxton. Almost had Frischneck. White sees his first minutes of action, first touch. Plays it back to Cromanhook. Cromanhook now back to White. White, Felix. Felix surrounded and swarmed by blue jerseys. And he gets dispossessed. Sanchez sees his first touches. Zavala.
Very nicely done by San Jose State to get out of pressure there. Nice back heel to the number 11 to then drop it back and swing the ball and keep possession again.
Cluis. 68th minute, 1-1. Utah Valley opened up the scoring campaign by Zaire Vasquez in the 33rd with the goal. And San Jose State started off the second half with the goal in the 56th. Tolentino Berry with the equalizer. Utah Valley has been trying to find the extra goal ever since. Swinger inside the box, right to Cluis. Big boot off of Zach Moss.
Zach Moss looks for that early ball in, but just doesn't curl and keep it away enough from Cluis there. He's got Blake Frischneck, and you want him to get involved and go up and challenge that, but it's got to be a better ball more to that back post.
Good ball movement there by Johnson. Clever skill, nice spin move. Trying to find Frischneck in the box, cannot, and Cluis comes up with a diving save on the ground.
Really nice job there by Carter Johnson as he goes at the player. Toes on the sideline, keeps it in, and as that defender flies in, then pulls that Maradona move and twirls in behind him. Little heavy on the through ball there, unfortunately, but a great idea nonetheless.
Nice one-touch passing there by the Spartans. Sanchez, now Allen sends this one into towards the box, punched out by Wheelwright, and then back in toward goal, into the back of the net. 2-1. The Spartans take the lead. Tolentino Perry's second goal of the game.
Great ball movement. They find that seam up the sideline, get in. Nice left-footed swinger. And I think Wheelwright anticipated someone on that back end and then goes to save it. Pushes that wide, but it falls right to a San Jose State player. Wheelwright out of position, finishes it easily into the back of the net. As we watch, the ball comes in. Might have fallen to that player run in on the back post. Wheelwright, not a strong enough save, not able to keep it in his hands there. Pushes it exactly into that running position for that right wing. Finishes it cleanly into the back of the net. The answer that San Jose State needed.
Now Utah Valley in an unfamiliar position, especially at home, trying to play back from behind now.
Yeah. And, not where they want to be with 20 minutes. An interesting decision to smash that out of bounds. Goal kick here by San Jose State. But, yeah, back against the wall. They need points here. We'll see if they can figure out how to play. Asking goalkeeper Cluis to play a little faster here. But they need to find a way. They got to figure out how to be a little bit more deceptive, some better runs, some better passing. That's where they can move the ball around, get some crosses in, through balls. They've got to be a little bit better composed in front of net, especially in that 18, connecting that final ball, final pass.
These situations are the crucibles that make up good teams and great teams. Utah Valley, with their backs against the wall, if they want to continue that prowess in this conference, need to find 2 more. An equalizer at least, and a yellow card is being issued, and tempers continue to flare. Longmire getting into it now, being separated by Wheelwright. And the card, I believe, is being issued along with the whistle. That is Jonathan Partida, the senior midfielder.
Yeah, Partida fighting for position there. Big Croman hook. Sam's able to get position on that sideline, shielded out of bounds. Little extracurricular as he then throws his body and gets involved in pushing Croman hook into the fence. And then everyone else runs in as arms are thrown and people pushing. Physical game, competitive, emotions are rising and high. Both 22 and 20 for San Jose State getting cards here. So Talentino and Partida both getting yellow cards on that.
Utah Valley now with Buxton. And now Moss. Moss corrals it. Sends this one in toward the back post here. He has the header down. Wide open opportunity and a missed shot by Johnson. Ball still alive, however. This one goes off of the head of Garza. And this one will go all the way back. Sanchez, the speedster for San Jose State in Utah Valley territory. He lays it off now. Partida. Partida sends it wide. Brennis into the box, trying to put this one towards goal. Deflected off of Carter Johnson into Wheelwright's hands very safely. And you hear Greg Moss telling his team to get there quickly, trying to apply that pressure. And Cluis scoops that one up with ease.
Carter Johnson wants that one back. Great cross there by Zach Moss. Blake Frischnick, smart job there, putting it back into the mix, back across frame. Carter Johnson goes to hit that left there by Buxton to hit it with his left foot. Doesn't connect, and it goes off the outside of his left foot. Almost runs out of bounds. Saved there again, but put too much on that cross to Garza. So missed opportunity there by the Wolverines to try and stay in this game and find that tying goal.
Ever since that second goal by San Jose State, there's been lots of time that is ticked away in between plays, if you will. And I know Utah Valley is not very happy about that at the moment, but that's all part of the gamesmanship. And here's Felix. Felix with a nice layout ball. Leonetti. And Leonetti is awarded a free kick on the outside of the box.
You see the urgency from UVU. Alec Felix gets the ball, tries to find Blake Leonetti in on that 1-2. And again, interesting call by the referee from our angle. Maybe Blake Leonetti, as the slide was there, got the back of his heel. A lot of ball there, in my opinion, from what we could see.
Moss's ball played way too high, way too far. He was trying to have Frischnecht on that back post, but not even playable.
And you can't have that. It's just, with this little time left in the game, you have to give yourselves opportunities. Just get it in the mix. It doesn't have to be a perfect pass, perfect ball. You know, you look to do as well as you can, but just absolutely overhits this, and you can't have that with this type of game. Down a goal with less than 20 minutes left in it.
Longmire gets upended, comes down hard on his shoulder and his head. He goes over the top of Tolentino Berry, and referee calls stoppage time. Both players taking their time to get up. Tolentino Perry finally brings his head up, comes up, gives a friendly tap on the back to Longmire. Longmire gets back up.
You watch here on the replay, ball sit up. Longmire then goes to challenge it and gets undercut by Talentino, I believe. Good to see that he's okay. Carter Johnson's going to put this into the mix here.
Johnson with a low-lining boot, not exactly what he wanted. Kicked all the way back towards him, though, and he has a whole cavalry of blue shirts coming against him. White gets a touch on it. Leonetti now. Upfield, Leo Fuchs checking into the game for Moss. Fuchs, curler. Carter Johnson splits it between defenders. Leo Fuchs kicks that one over towards the softball field.
A strength this season for the Wolverines has been set pieces, especially in the latter part of this season. They've done a really good job of developing plays, hitting the correct balls they need to. It's lacked in this game, and that's been a difference maker for the Wolverines. If a part of that game, which they've scored, I think, 4 of their last goals with on set pieces and corners, if that's not there, then it's going to be tough for these guys to get back in the game.
75th minute, just about 50 minutes of play in regulation. San Jose State right now with a 2-1 advantage. And Jonathan Partida goes down in a heap. A yellow card issued to Alec Felix.
Yeah, intense and getting chippier. Referee has got to take more control, and as you see, he's going to pull cards out to try and keep that control and keep the physicality down to ensure that no one gets hurt here.
That's the 5th yellow card issued tonight by head referee Will Nicholas.
Yeah, you know, he, in my opinion, has let this get a little bit out of control, and since the intensity was risen, and finally giving out cards to try and keep the control.
Buxton and Frischnecht applying a lot of pressure to Cluis. Frischnecht trying to get onto it. Empty net at the moment right now as Cluis is way out of position. San Jose State corrals it enough, though. Longmire heads it back. Carter Johnson has options. Johnson directly towards the middle. Sidesteps the defender. Lays it off. Fuchs puts the ball back in towards Frischnecht. Corrals it down, trying to go in between defenders. Cannot, however. Solid team defense by the Spartans. Now an outlet pass. Longmire with the toe. Gets it back. Leonetti. Fuchs. Johnson. Longmire. Upfield. right into San Jose State territory. Kicked out of play, momentarily stoppage of time.
This game's really opened up the last 5 minutes. A lot of space, a lot of guys with a ton of time to turn and go at players. Carter Johnson receives that, tries to beat him with pace, finds that ball to Garza. Garza, nice cross. Blake Frischnick, you expected him and maybe should have headed that first time or done something with it first time, tries to bring it down and put it on his feet to cut him in the box.
Utah Valley with an opportunity. Utah Valley, there's a shot, it's deflected. And it will be a corner kick. Frischnick really turning on the juices there. He had the eye of the tiger with determination.
Yeah, nice job there receiving it. He goes at him with the pace that he has. Cuts one player, then cuts it on his right again. Looks to find that shot and hit it back post with pace. Hits it, and the Spartans do a good job getting a foot there to get the deflection and cause a corner. Save a shot on frame.
Croman Hook steps off the pitch. Ben Perkins, a senior, steps on. There's the ball played in. Headed off the side of his head was Frischnick. He had the height, he had the time. Excuse me, I believe that was Buxton. Buxton was the one who got the header just wide.
Really nice driven ball there by Carter Johnson on the corner. Austin Buxton rises up. You see him do better with those. We talked about his athleticism. He's got to have a better spot header. Keep that down. It rises on him and goes wide. With less than 15 minutes left in this game, UVU has got to be better composed in front of net.
Leonetti gets called with the foul for jumping on the back. 78th minute, just about 12 minutes left to play in regulation. And in these desperation times, you said it right on the head. You do have to keep your composure, because if you try and get over aggressive, then that's where you lose your fundamentals, and the lack of fundamentals is what UVU has been lacking in this game.
Yeah, you're exactly right. As the energy gets higher, as it gets more physical, you've got to stay composed. You've still got to keep a calm demeanor in front of net so that eager anticipation, and that energy doesn't cause you to not concentrate well enough, not take the touches and settle it like you need to for that final pass, that final cross or shot.
Longmire steps in front, gets a boot on it, heads it by Rios. White chests it. Ball all over the place. White jostling for position against Partida. Partida still has it. Sends this one in towards the box. Longmire now intercepts. Gives way for Leonetti. Leonetti with the boot upfield. San Jose State steps in front. Plays it all the way back. And this one will go all the way back to Cluis. 79th minute, halfway over. Caleb White heads it down. Johnson. Nice turn by Johnson. Looking for some help. Nice back heel. Felix slides this one up, bounces off a defender. And Zavala falls down right in front of Felix. And wins a free kick for San Jose State.
Great back heel there for Alec Felix. Gets the ball. Has a nice look on frame. Austin Buxton, unfortunately, gets in the way, and it goes off his back. Alec Felix, last couple plays, he's been a little overeager, a lot of energy flying in on their backs, causing a couple fouls that he doesn't need to. And, to keep the time running with no ball at your feet, with 10 minutes left in the game, UVU, they've got to stay more settled.
This ball played all the way across the pitch. Leo Fuchs, nice touch to Frischnick, who lays it up, back off again for Fuchs. Ben Perkins steps in, gives it back to Frischnick, and Frischnick gets it dispossessed. Leonetti there, however, to corral it back. Felix, Perkins, Felix, all the way back to Leonetti. San Jose State really frustrating Utah Valley right now. This ball swung in towards the top. Buxton trying to get a head on it. Flag stays down. This one will be headed out. And a corner kick awarded for Utah Valley in the 81st minute, less than 10 minutes to play in regulation. Utah Valley, like you said, Thomas, trying to capitalize, needing to capitalize on plays like this.
Yeah, they've done good with the moment, to raise their level and have a sense of urgency. They're playing a lot quicker. They've had more of the ball the last 5 minutes. Another great opportunity. Let's see how they do.
This one played in toward the top of the box, headed out. Garza plays back all the way to Leonetti. Leonetti in the center field. Sends this ball in, chests it off of Frischnick. Flag stays down. Buxton with the goal. Opportunity waved off.
Ball flies out on the corner. Garza lays it off to Blake Leonetti. Nice driven ball. Incredible touch there by Frischnick. Looks to chest it. Split the defense there to Austin Buxton's feet. Unfortunately, offsides for the Wolverines.
82nd minute. Time continuing to be Utah Valley's enemy at the moment. If only they had played with this urgency just a little earlier on. On the other hand, you have to tip your cap off to San Jose State. They came out in the second half and they really took it to Utah Valley, scoring 2 goals. Joseph Wheelwright sends this one up the pitch. Frischnick rises. This one headed back down. Ben Perkins. Leo Fuchs. Intercepted. San Jose State trying to play a through ball. Diving save by Caleb White.
Caleb White might have just saved another goal. Alec Felix turns into the defense there, gives the ball away again.
So we now enter the 83rd minute. Cluis, poor touch. Carter Johnson with the layoff. Felix has it. Felix lays it off, maybe a little bit too unselfish at that moment. Leo Fuchs. Longmire. Caleb White, plenty of time. Nobody around him. Now Johnson. Johnson far side to Leonetti. Leonetti sends this one in towards Buxton, headed away by Rios. Perkins for Utah Valley corrals it. Perkins all the way over to Leonetti again. Frischnick with the left boot, sends this one toward box. War goal headed up in the air. Still plenty of time, still punched away. Ultimately by Cluis. Caleb White sends this one in towards that back post. Ball is down and then finally falled upon by Cluis. Cluis has put his body in the right position, hasn't been able to come up with the firm grasp that he needs. Nervy moments for the Spartans, and Cluis is going to take his time getting up.
Yeah, you're right. He's been eager to come out and make those saves and punchy saves, but he's dropped it twice. One was called for a foul, but there, as that falls to the ground, UVU's got to get on the end on it. They've got to find out, he's going to drop that ball, or I got to be ready for it if he does, to then collect that, have a finish on frame, and takes a collision here. Might be hurt. Might look to, weigh this out if he was hit, waste as much time as he can here. Clock has stopped, however, but the few moments that he could take off, he definitely will, to allow these Spartans to have more time off that clock with the lead.
Clock has stopped. Head referee Will Nichols signaled for it too. Will resume on his whistle. Head coach Greg Moss for Utah Valley encouraging his team. There's plenty of time to find it, were his exact words just now. Clock restarts. Big boomer headed up to Leonetti. Now Johnson. Johnson to the near side. Caleb White. Leo Fuchs pulls it back with his left boot, sends it towards the far side. Now Leonetti. Leonetti sends this one in towards the top of the box. Headed in by Austin Buxton off the top of the crossbar. Still alive. Frischnick. Cluis with the save. My goodness, back-to-back opportunities for Utah Valley. I thought for sure Buxton had that one in right off the wickets.
Brilliant ball there by Blake Leonetti. Put on that 6 exactly where you want it. Austin Buxton, smart job of flying in front, getting his head on it. Off the crossbar, just what UVU is looking for. Not able to keep it down. Another corner here for the Wolverines.
This one sent in towards the box. Bodies up. Looked like, I believe, Longmire was able to get a head on it. Couldn't direct it in. 85th minute as we take another look at it.
Here you watch as the ball is driven in. Buxton gets there in front. Glancing header right off the crossbar. Close tying goal there for the Wolverines. Another shot. Great save by Cluis. He's able to push that wide on the redirect.
On that second look, it almost looks like Cluis on that header might have gotten a slight finger touch on it to hit that back post, but nonetheless, just an absolute beautiful header. And another whistle is called. This one will be a free kick in favor of the Spartans. 86th minute. And a new substitution in the wings for San Jose State. Eddie Sadie will check in. Whistle is blown. San Jose State taking their time. Spartans with possession. Tapped away by Utah Valley. Buxton has it. Buxton dancing around defenders. Couldn't find the through ball. Now Carter Johnson. Johnson has it. Leo Fuchs calling for the ball. Johnson, look at this magic. Look at this magic. Tipped away by Cluis. And Cluis is absolutely furious. What a brilliant run by Carter Johnson.
UVU just pushing, knocking on the door. Carter Johnson, an incredible job of cutting up the defense. Toe pokes it. Great save by Cluis, push that wide.
Here's the ball swung in. Headed up, off of the side post. Another corner kick. Utah Valley getting look after look after look.
And another huge save by Cluis. Cluis actually gets his hand there. He's coming up massive for his team in these final minutes.
87th minute, almost halfway through. Could this be the last real opportunity for Utah Valley? Looking for the equalizer to send this one into extras. Ball bouncing around in the net, in the box. Still in the box. This one kicked over the goal by Longmire. Longmire slaps the turf in frustration.
That ball flies into the back post. I believe it was Carter Johnson that takes the shot. Deflects and falls to Buxton's feet. He again turns to try and shoot this. And then it falls to Longmire's feet on the deflection. He's leaning back way too much, and he skies that and puts that over the crossbar. Unfortunate opportunity and a moment, and an opportunity that Longmire can't miss there for the Wolverines.
Gomez Zavala steps off. Eddie Sadie checks on for the Spartans. 87th minute, almost over. Cluis. Headed down by Utah Valley. Sadie gets his first attempt on it. And Leo Fuchs intercepts. 88th minute now. Utah Valley full desperation mode. Trying to find an equalizer. Leonetti sends this one in. Headed. Carter Johnson chests it down. Buxton now with the flick on it. Ben Perkins falls over, gets a boot on it nonetheless. Longmire still Utah Valley possession. Leonetti. Zach Moss. Moss sends this one in right at Cluis. And Cluis will fall on it and eat up as much time as he can. '88th minute. Buxton applying pressure, forcing Cluis to kick that off. Skies this one in the air. Caleb White will let this go out of play. 89th minute. Caleb White, a referee, calling Caleb White back. Clock continuing to tick. Caleb White's two-handed overhead pass. Austin Buxton with the header on it. Missed kick by San Jose State. Still maintains possession, however, in the midfield logo. This one played towards the end line. San Jose State still with possession. And kicked out of play. Bad touch. Angel Farias. 89th minute, halfway over. About 90 seconds left in regulation. Can Utah Valley find that equalizing goal? Leonetti sends this one in towards Felix. Felix chests it, corrals it down. Caleb White. We eclipse the 89th into the 90th minute, headed down into the box. There's a shot by Frischnick off of Kluis. Still alive. Kluis grabs it. They want him. It is officially a corner. Less than a minute to play in regulation. This should be the last opportunity for Utah Valley. Referee calls stoppage time as Kluis takes his time, cannot get up. And Kromenhoek will try to check back in. Greg Moss screaming for a substitution.
Yeah, he's going to send Big Sam Kromenhoek in, send one of the bigs to try and get his head on this last corner, try to get a tie. Remember, if they tie it, it goes into extra time and OT, 2 halves. So all they want is a goal here. It's not going to end this way if they can just get a tying goal. They've been knocking on the door, and they've had really, really good corners the last few minutes. Kluis, absolutely incredible game. Has come up massive for his team.
Absolutely.
Great save again.
Man of the match. Utah Valley, again, less than a minute to play in regulation. Could this be their last hope? Trying to find the equalizer are the Wolverines. On senior night, can they do it? Can they find some last-ditch magic? Awaiting the referee's whistle. And a whistle is called, and they're going to overchange the ruling. And they're going to turn this into a goal kick.
He's going to call a goal kick here, which I don't quite understand. I think Kluis made that save, and I don't know if a UVU player then ran in and got a touch on it or what, but calls a goal kick.
Kluis, when he fell on it, was on that end line, and from our vantage point, we couldn't tell where that ball was, and I don't know if a Utah Valley player came in to get a toe on it, and when they did get the toe on it, they touched it out of play. But with a little over 30 seconds left in this regulation, Wheelwright in company, trying to get some magic, trying to find the equalizer. Can they do so? White to Leonetti. Less than 20 seconds to play. Headed up by Perkins. Buxton trying to find it. Can he get a toe on it? Buxton does. Do we have the equalizer? No, that goes out of play.
I thought Buxton was going to score there. Great flick to get in behind. Has a touch past him. Buxton just heavy on that touch. Absolutely unfortunate that that's not a touch to be able to get in behind and finish it. You watch this here. Nice ball in. Great flicking header. Ben goes there. Buxton gets in behind. He's just got to touch it right past the keeper here. Heavy touch as he tries to chip that over his hand. It goes out of bounds. San Jose State just needs to kick this out of bounds. Big kick, and they should have the win tonight.
10 seconds left officially in regulation, awaiting the boot. There it is. Clock ticks. Perkins with the header. Desperation time. And that is how it will end here in Orem, Utah. San Jose State earned the victory. 2-1 is your final score. Utah Valley's 6-game winning streak comes to an end.
Yeah, hard-fought one. We could tell as the second half went underway that it was going to be a hard-fought, competitive match. Great job by both sides. An exciting one to watch. And with tempers flying, emotions high, physical, and Kluis, like you said, man of the match, coming up massive for his team, where the Wolverines had multiple opportunities in that last 10-15 minutes with headers and shots on frame. especially on set pieces and corners, what they've been so good at it. Lewis comes up huge. Great win for San Jose State with only a few matches left to play in season.
In a game that saw 5 yellow cards and 3 goals total, Utah Valley finds himself on the losing side, falling to San Jose State 2-1 here in Orem, Utah. From all of our hardworking staff and crew, so long and good night from Orem, Utah.